Albuquerque, New Mexico right now. Nothing crazy to report from my sleeping last night in San John Municipal Park. It got pretty cold actually, like 40s I think, and just raining and stuff, and just really muggy. It looks like there's some nice views to the left, but you can't really see anything because it's raining and the clouds are very low. Here's the view to the left of some hills over there. So yeah, gonna hit up Albuquerque, maybe Santa Fe, and then maybe check out northern New Mexico, see what it's like up there. I read there's a hot spring there. I might check that out, or maybe check out the Badlands in northwestern New Mexico. And I've got to stop at Walmart and pick up some things. Also had a kolache this morning, 2 kolachis at a gas station. They were incredible. If you've never had a kolache, you're missing out, man. You're not living life. Go to Racetrack. Racetrack has them in Atlanta, and get a kolache. They're these little sausages that are just so juicy, and they're filled with cheese. Some of them are jalapenos. They're like really big pigs in a blanket. They're delicious. So go get a kolache right now. Whatever you're doing, just stop. Go to Racetrack, get a kolache. But not all racetracks have them, so be sure to call ahead. But you should do it. Gorgeous New Mexico views. Getting pretty close to Santa Fe. Check out this view. There's been very few cars on this road. All right, I am at the Park Plaza in Santa Fe, and it is pretty sweet. It's a lot of art galleries, a lot of cool Native American vibes everywhere. It's a really cool place. Fortunately, I don't know how many places Bo can go in, but we're checking it out. Here's a nice little park in the middle of the Park Plaza area, downtown Santa Fe. Really cool area. Love all the architecture and art galleries over here. All right, so I'm at the Rainbow Man Gallery right now with Bo. Look at all this cool stuff they have here. All these cool carvings, Native American and Mexican. Awesome stuff out here. We were just inside and they had really cool stuff there too. Look at these things. These things are sweet. They're called Hopi Cachinos. All right, check it out. I'm in front of the St. Francis Basilica.
I'm photobombing you. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Bo and I made it into this cool gallery. All these cool, a lot of it Native American drawings. My head is just got a headache, I guess, some stress from all the traveling. So, all right, so I just picked up a ton of groceries at Walmart in Santa Fe. It's about almost 6 o'clock here, and I'm still feel a little funky. I got a headache, just feel kind of out of it. So I need to post up and just chill out, catch some Z's or something. I've got some good food though, so that's always good. And I talked to this guy named William, who I met in the parking lot. He was attracted to my car and came up and struck a conversation with me. Talked to him for probably about an hour and a half. He is living out of his van now with a dog, and was getting advice on how he could set up his rig, looking at my rig. And he was living in Atlanta too, in the movie industry, and now he's working at a restaurant out here, wanted to come back to New Mexico. He's been all over. He's told me his life story, you know, a lot of stuff this guy had gone through, been paralyzed. Quite an interesting encounter. So you never know who you're going to meet on the road, especially with my vehicle outfitted as it is. But he told me to go to this spot called Hyde State Park, about 20 minutes from here. I'm not in the mood to do something extremely off-roading adventurous right now. I want to get to something a little more established. So I'm going to check out Hyde State Park and just chill out. Coming down to Hyde Memorial State Park. Getting really pretty in the mountains back here. All right, guys, I made it to Hyde State Park, and it is really pretty here. The forest and the trees are so wild looking to me. The weather's nice. I really like it, but I am just feeling out of it. I feel like I could pass out right now. I guess it's probably 9 o'clock Atlanta time. Here it's only like 7 maybe, but I've just had a headache all day and really tired. I hope it doesn't have to do with the ticks that were on my legs. My legs have been really itchy. They've been getting these buildup on the kind of crusty buildup on where all the bites were, or it could be from the mosquitoes. I don't know. I got mosquito bites too in Washita. Washita is lingering on the effects, I think, but it could just be that I'm doing a ton of traveling and sleeping in this car, and I'm not used to this yet, and it's taken a wear on me. So I'm about to go just lay down and maybe pass out. I don't know. We'll see, but hopefully I feel better soon. I'd like to hike around here, but I just don't have the energy for it. So I'm gonna try and rest. All right, so my neighbors just informed me that the campsite I chose is actually reservation only, and I wasn't supposed to be able to stay there unless I reserved it, but they said because no one else had reserved it by then it was okay. So I was like, all right. Then they go, oh yeah, we have a generator that comes on at 5 a.m. and it had just come on. And I was like, oh man. So looks like I won't be sleeping super late tonight, but check out breakfast. That looks good, doesn't it, Bo? Good morning. Made it another night. Had some delicious eggs, bacon, and coffee this morning. So good. You know, what do you really need out of life other than eggs, bacon, and sausage? I mean, coffee. Sausage is great too. But if you've got those three, you're doing pretty good. I wanted to share a scripture reflection I read a couple nights ago while I was being ambushed in my campsite, and it kind of stuck with me. This is from Isaiah 40:27 through 31. I will read. It says, "Why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Israel? My way is hidden from the Lord, and my right is disregarded by my God. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength. Even youth shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." A couple things that stand out to me is if you ever feel like your prayers aren't being heard by God, God's not listening, or he's forgotten you, or doesn't care about what you're going through. This really spoke to me because it says, don't think that your way is disregarded by God. That's what the Israelites were thinking back then, that God had forgotten them, that they were hidden from the Lord, but it's not true. It says that the Lord is the everlasting God, that he's omnipotent, he's omnipresent, he sees all, he knows all, he's everywhere. And his understanding is unsearchable, which is pretty incredible, because that means that we can't understand the ways of God, and we're not meant to. His understanding is beyond us. So if we don't understand God, if we don't understand our life, our God's plan, the world, that's okay. We're not meant to. The other thing that stuck out to me is how he gives power to the faint, and to him who has no strength, who has no might, he increases strength. And even Jesus talks about on the Sermon on the Mount, I believe, about when you're at the end of your rope, when you're mourning, when you're being persecuted, oppressed, or you feel just down in the dumps, like you have no strength, that's when you can depend on God the most. And he says that when you run out of strength, when we are weak, that's when he is strong. And it's ironic that we often have to be down in order to bring us close to God, but he's always waiting for us, just like the prodigal son. He always wants us to turn to him, and he's waiting there with his arms wide open. He doesn't judge us, and he renews our strength if we hope in him and we wait for him. And that's an encouraging thought. All right, so I am just now leaving Black Ground Canyon Campground, and had a really good experience there. Now, this morning, I was walking Bo around the campground, and I end up talking to somebody and meeting someone, and his name was Tom. We talked for about an hour and a half, and he was just a pleasure to talk to. Told me all about the area and how he's been driving around for years doing the same thing. He's retired. Tom is 70 years old, and just really friendly guy. I figured out the reason I have been feeling so weird is because of the altitude. I didn't realize this, but Santa Fe and where I am now is 7,000, 8,000 feet. So, which is higher than Denver. And it's like, yeah, it's altitude sickness. That's why I've been having headaches and feeling very lethargic. So that made a lot of sense. Tom told me about a couple other good campsites up in Taos, and then another good campsite I could do. His friend Charles told me about a place I could camp near Bandelier National Monument, which is a lot of really cool petroglyphs, so I might check that out. So I don't know. I've got to go back to Santa Fe first, and I think I might want to check out Taos. I'm already altitude adjusted now, so I might as well at this point. It's supposed to be pretty cool, so I'll probably head there next. Hills of Santa Fe.